This week on The Alfie Brown Show, I talk about Cheltenham, horse racing, what makes a good horse racer, or jockey as they're sometimes called, what makes somebody want to watch horse racing, what's the whole incentive behind the whole thing. I find it extremely difficult to understand. Then I speak about gym, going to the gym, health, fitness, although I obviously am speaking about my gym routine in a more melancholic and self-hating way than people or men in particular would usually speak about their gym routines on podcasts, although I'm sure if you're a regular listener, you already knew that. If you are not subscribed to the YouTube channel and you are watching on YouTube, then please subscribe to the YouTube channel. This is a call to action for you to do that. If you are listening, then please leave a review and interact with me on social media. Follow me everywhere. If I share a clip of this podcast episode, which I'm not sure if I will, I'm not sure how much clippable stuff there was, then please share it. Do everything you can, or don't. Just don't live your life. Don't heed any of my calls to do anything. You are your own person, and I, more than any other podcaster, understand that. And I respect it as well. I respect the shit out of you, everybody. Okay? Do what you want. Live your own life. I'm just here if you want me. Okay? This is the Alfie Brown Show. Happy Friday. I hope you've got that Friday feeling. Happy horse racing to you. If you're watching the small men gallop apace on their hooved beasts to try and acquire lots of drunk people a sum of money that they might have won for guessing that one of the horses that the small men was riding would be a faster horse ridden by a more... Here's something I've never understood. What makes a good jockey, apart from that, the natural quality of just being small, is it the ability to kind of... Surely what makes a good jockey is how good somebody is at motivating horses, which is just never a skill set that I really thought would come into its own in quite the way that it has done with the career available to people who are good at motivating horses. Like, what if there was no such thing as horse racing and your special skill was that you were both like good at motivating horses and a small, like lithe and slight and tiny little person, so you could sit atop a horse, but still have the gravitas in horse world to be a great motivator. Like, how sad is it? Like, if you're walking at 6'7" and you are brilliant at motivating horses, nobody motivates horses like you. But sadly, God divined it so that you wouldn't be a good horse person, a horse jockey, jockey, that you wouldn't be a good jockey, would you? Because you're just enormous. You're such a big person. And such a big person that's so good at motivating horses. But where do you put this energy? Where do you put this passion of yours? Where do you put this skill? I suppose you could find a small person to sort of sit on a horse for you, and you could maybe... But how good are you at motivating small people to be motivating to horses? Is there something else? Like, how good is your... Like, when you're whipping the horse, come on, you fucking horse, run faster than that. Fantastic note. Okay, so notes for today. Cheltenham, thank you very much indeed, everybody. Gather round, gather round, gather round. We did some brilliant galloping today, and over the fence, that was perfect, just as we discussed, not through the fence, as had happened at some time. Is that you chewing, are you? Okay. Well, stop it, please. Thank you. Thank you, because the night. That's enough out of you. So yeah, we just fast is what we thought would be the buzzword for today, and that's what we'd really try and thought we'd like action. Is being a fast horse as opposed to a slow horse. Thank you so much for all your hard work, everybody. It's really, really great to see you all here, and yeah, like, you know, on to Cheltenham. Okay. After Cheltenham. That was a great Cheltenham, everybody. The reviews are in. I can't wait. Okay, so here we are in the Daily Post. Oh my god! Oh my god! It said, yeah, no. Yes, yeah. For you, hit of last hit of the night. It says that you were a very fast horse. Oh, yeah, no, I know. I can hardly believe it. Oh, it's so brilliant. Mwah. Mwah. Ooh, you've got a little bit of... No, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. What is it that makes a good jockey? Horse motivation and being small. Good whipping. Like if you were creating, like, if kids give a shit about horse racing, which they don't, which is how you can tell it's a shit sport. It's not a sport. But if, like, you know, in terms of things that we call sports, it's like around and about there, isn't it? It's in the realm of things that people generally consider sports. It occurs in the sports section because we want to, like, nobody enjoys horse racing if you can't put money on it. Money is the only thing that makes horse racing good, which is not the same as... Why is that? Is it because it's easier to fix, or because people and horses are more unpredictable? So, and you know, the relationship between, what the fuck's going on? Like, why do people bother? Like, because Formula One, which I enjoyed to watch, is not a big culture of gambling around that, but it's the same deal. You put a small bloke in a thing, or like as opposed to on a thing, and see how fast it can go in the thing that you've put it in. But the thing is that, like, you know, they aren't whispering, "Oh, you need to be very fast cow today. Okay, my cow, you need to be a lovely cow." You just drive it. So there's less sort of ethereal and less unpredictability, I suppose, to what you are trying to achieve, and there's less of a spiritual element. I suppose there's a spiritual element between the jockey and the horse, isn't there? Either way, it's complete bollocks. And they have horse races every day. Like, when it's not Cheltenham, like, what's so special about Cheltenham? Given that nobody actually likes the sport, I get why, you know, Barnet versus Southend is not as big an event as like Chelsea versus Tottenham. I can understand that because Chelsea and Tottenham have better players, and therefore the sport is played at a higher level, and therefore we enjoy seeing the people who were better at the sport more than the people who were worse. But horse racing only exists so that we can bet on it. And there are horse races every day. So why is Cheltenham special? Because we're going, oh, do you want to come and wear a hat? And these really are horses, these ones. These are such horses. You're going to absolutely adore all of the horse racing that goes on today. Okay? So just you settle down and get ready to remortgage your home. Everything's at risk. Your family, they're depending on you to get this right. Okay? This isn't the fucking 440 at Godalming, is it? This is Cheltenham. It's the same amount of money, same risk, same everything. It's just you're wearing a frock and a suit, respectively, depending on which of those you choose to wear. which will often be aligned to your gender construct, won't it? Because I was watching the boxing the other day, Conlon versus Wood, the Sweet Science boxing, which some people don't like because they don't like seeing people thump the shit out of each other, which, as a reasoning for not liking anything is kind of quite, I respect that. I can get next to that. But they have both entered into it, like, knowingly. Whereas, like, I doubt that it's a big part of horse motivation to go, by the way, if you stack it after that bush that you're going to try and jump over and you sort of careen at like 40 miles an hour into your own face, your neck will snap and we will kill you. And that will be the nicest thing that we could do at that stage, because you'll be in an incredible amount of pain because of the neck. So anyway, good luck, make the jump, and we're all really excited to race together. Sorry? What will happen to me if you thought, well, nothing, I'll get up and, all that stuff. I love you, but then I'll just find another horse to love, and my commitment and level of emotional investment in you. And investment is a telling word, because it is not just an emotional investment. The emotion aspect of it is quite kind of viscerally linked to the financial way in which I am invested in you, and the way in which you can improve the kind of my living standards. If you're a fast horse and I get to unleash how fast you are, then we could do something together, baby. We could be something. I'm going to give you a little funny name. Don't know why they have funny names. But boxing seems to be at least, they've willingly, weird, isn't it? How you legally have to wear a helmet when you ride a motorcycle, but you can also legally have somebody thump you in the head for 12 sessions of 3 minutes. And the Conlon Wood fight was devastating. The guy got knocked unconscious and then fell, but out of the ring and landed on himself. Awful. And then the other guy couldn't celebrate and kept on shush the crowd, actually, because we mustn't celebrate when people what did he think was going to happen? He was trying to knock him out, and then he got knocked out, and he went, but actually he's really knocked out, so we shouldn't celebrate. I get it. I'm sort of being facetious, but it is weird how you knock somebody out and then they get knocked out. The ref counts to 10. He can't get back up. I win the boxing match. Hooray. Fuck you. I'm the best. I told you I was. You insulted my country, or whatever it is you do to try and sell the fight. You use exceptionally unpleasant racial dog whistles to try and animate the worst people in society to get behind you in whatever shape or form. You try and get more attention and bets put on in the most awful and appalling ways possible. But now I've knocked you out. But actually, if I knock you out too much, no celebrations here, just in case. Because people, the boxers aren't really worried. Oh, I hope he's not dead. The boxers worried, going, it's actually not nice because I could also be dead. We're in this game where it's not really very nice for me to know that it's possible for that to happen. I prefer it when I knock somebody out and then they get back up afterwards and they're fine, and I can go, see, everybody's fine when the risk here isn't as kind of totally awful as it really is. I'd like to know what the most dangerous sport is in terms of fatality. Because how often you see footballers like Christian Eriksen in the World Cup had a heart attack. Boxers have brain damage. Gerald McClellan, the first boxing match I ever watched was Nigel Benn versus Gerald McClellan. Gerald McClellan can't really see or hear anymore, which is a combination of things to not to be able to do. It's just so not what you want. You really, if you're not going to have one, you really need the other. Functionality as a human wise, he has to have the rhythm of what somebody is saying tapped out on his leg so he can sort of follow it. It's absolutely devastating. Other boxers won't go and visit him because they know that if they visited him, they'd quit, which is maybe like a good indication that you should quit. Like that means quit, doesn't it? That means don't do boxing. It's ridiculous. Even though I enjoy watching it and I'm invested in it, and it sort of links to something kind of quite primal in us that we like to see. What we don't get from being wild animals anymore, we've had to try and conjure for ourselves with sport and these sort of events, blood sports and whatnot, that we like to see the fittest in society pitted against each other, and combat's a big part of that. And there's no getting away from it. Sorry about us. Sorry about us. I've been trying to go to the gym. I've been trying to be strong and be better. Better? Is the word better? Is better right? Would being stronger make me better? It would make me better at being stronger. But is that better? The answer is yes. I mean, as far as I can tell, being stronger and fitter is better than being weaker and more unfit. I know that's possibly difficult, but then also, like, whilst it is better in and of itself, maybe there's what you don't get from being stronger and fitter is the time spent getting strong and fit. So if you've used that to read The Sea by Iris Murdoch, and you ate a really, really lovely like a chocolate eclair or something, and you read The Sea, and instead of getting stronger and fitter, you got weaker and less fit, more unfit, whatever. But you read The Sea, or is it just The Sea or The Sea? And you ate a chocolate eclair, then you might have engaged your pleasure centers to an extent that time was spent in an arguably superior way to the way in which you spent it with the fitness. And this is the cost-benefit analysis of everyday life. This is short-term goals versus long-term goals, and you can sort of separate this into every sort of aspect of life. There's short-term pleasure versus long-term gain. I've said this about my children. You have the short-term discomfort of having a newborn for the long-term gain of having, the primal satisfaction of your bloodline continuing, and of course the companion who there's a sort of shared knowledge and a kind of kinship created through experience, and the kind of your chemical relationship and the closeness that you feel because you're evolutionarily programmed to not want to make the experience of family sound too sterile, but that is a large part of it. Also, there's the gratitude for nurture and the just the sort of shared experience that all kind of helps build into the love. But you get all of that, but you have to put up with having a newborn, so it's a nightmare. I tried to write a bit, it never really went down very well. About like that's what the gym is. You don't like go lifting weights and running fast at the gym that's having a newborn. You go through the awful, anxious, hard work, sweaty, loud, chaotic nightmare. Sweaty, loud, chaotic nightmare is the thing that encompasses both experiences. And then as your reward, you become stronger and fitter, or you make, other kinds of gains. You make sense of purpose gains. You make love gains. Whereas there's also the thing with the drinking. I think is it an Adam Rowe joke about drinking, about borrowing happiness from tomorrow? Yeah. The drinking is you have the short term the short term pleasure versus the long term discomfort. So you damage your brain and your body and tomorrow, and there is quite an immediate ramification with drinking. But you do have a great time. You create brilliant memories. You have adventures. You create memories and you lose memories. That's the ironic thing about drinking, is that there's a real sweet spot. You don't want to lose your the facility of your memory, but you do want to get drunk enough that you are willing to go, somewhere that you might not otherwise go, to have a conversation with depth. The idea of it being, I think, referred to as social lubricant. And I quite like that. And it doesn't, I think there's a misconception that when you drink you have a kind of a meaningful conversation with somebody about something important, the conversation is necessarily devalued by the fact that you've had it drunk, which I don't think is the case at all. I think when you have a conversation drunk, it is acted as a lubricant, or maybe unlocked some sort of pathway that the sobriety kind of closes, locks off, makes gives friction to. The sense of being kind of locked into yourself more when you're sober can, keep us further apart. And there is a sense in which drinking can bring us closer together, and it's quite. I think it's a very natural desire, and I think it's very necessary and very there's something very, very human about it, to feel sort of stultified or distant from other people and alcohol is a good tonic for that. Of course, it can ruin lives, families, days, weeks, nights, months, lives. Worth saying. But as the absolutely sensational film Another Round can show us, there are both sides to this, and whilst it can devastate, it can also illuminate. And as with everything in this extremely complicated and difficult to work out life, what drinking entails, whilst it can take an enormous amount away from life, it can also give you a certain amount. But there is a balance, as with everything, a golden mean, everything on a continuum, no easy answers, no way to be completely definite in any extreme one way or the other. But a few glasses of wine and regular trips to the gym seems like a lovely way to live your life, I think, and one in which I would be charmed to continue for the next, how old am I? 30 or 40 years, if I'm lucky enough to keep going that long. That would be absolutely ideal. I would adore that. If there's anybody that can facilitate that, that would be wonderful. And I like the gym. And I used to be really nervous about the gym because I am not good at it. There are people who function extremely well. They have programs. What program are you doing? What program are you doing? You have a program, and you have I overhear people in the changing room, sorry. And they'll say things to each other like, "Oh, what are you training today? Mate, what are you training today?" "I'm just training back and biceps." Back and biceps. "Oh, me? I'm chest and triceps. I'm going to do like core and cardio today, I think." "Well, leg day." "Oh, I know, tell me about it, leg day. Oh, I can't stand it." Like, what training? Training for what? We're all just training for death. Like, what do you mean training? I'm not training. I'm just trying to, like, delay the inevitable. But you can't say that when you go in for your fitness assessment with your personal trainer. They go, oh, your gym induction, just show you how to use the equipment and like basically tell you how to utilize the equipment so that you can achieve your goals. Okay, so your name, height, and weight, and what would your fitness goals be? Oh, just delaying the inevitable would be ideal. The inevitable, yeah. Love to delay that if I could, and I've heard that the gym is a good place to do that. Is that correct? That was the awkward conversation that I had to have with my gym induction with Dorbesh. All right, sir, Dorbesh, lad. Yes, I'd just like to delay the inevitable, please. Thanks very much indeed. Being strong is satisfying, though. Feels better than being weak. Walking along the street, feeling strong after I do a good core workout, which is the middle of my body, if anybody was unfamiliar with the lingo. You know, you walk up feeling taller. You walk, feeling taller. Legs. I want to be able to squat. I want to be like Oliver Sacks and be able to squat 500 pounds and have big fucking brown hairy legs, which I'll never have because my legs aren't particularly hairy and they are very pale. But this is what I want. We're allowed to have dreams, aren't we? There's no gym. Well, there is a gym for, you know, the colour of your skin where you can go and have it darkened, but that is welcoming in the inevitable with open arms and a smile on your face. That is saying, yoo-hoo, inevitable, I'm right here. Cancer of the skin for one, please. If I could just garland my skin, give it a healthy glow, and just ever so slight bit of skin cancer would be ideal for me. Thank you very much indeed. A healthy glow that is completely and utterly in contradiction with the reality of the health situation that it delivers. Although it does look healthy, surely from an evolutionary perspective, we should be reprogramming ourselves to go, look how that pale person, they've kept very pale, haven't they? That's attractive. I'd like to fuck them, given how I'd like to procreate with that. But what is it about being brown, like tanned, I mean, not brown as in if you're like ethnically, that's a different thing and not actually something that I'd like to speak about, please. I just mean tanned white people. Why do people see that as healthier than being pale? Reclaim the pallid complexion for what it means to be healthy, please. This is like the plus size crusade. And the plus size crusade is something I'm very into. First of all, because I fancy plus size models. They are hot to me. I like lovely women like that. And also very easy to be healthy and plus. There's the continuum. Rears its head again as it persistently pokes its way into our lives. Healthy is a much broader spectrum than we imagine that it is. You can be healthy and carry a bit of extra timber. Just don't be too skinny or too fat. Too skinny ends up with dead. Too fat ends up with dead. Like the middle is a big place and you can be very happily functional in a broad spectrum range in there, can't you? And I want to be strong. I want to be Oliver Sacks strong. I want to be able, and I just want to go in the gym every day and concentrate on squatting, like an old style. Maybe I'll get like a moustache, like an old style weightlifter, and become huge, like Bronson, but without the demonic, psychopathic violence. But I was in Nottingham the other day. I felt like I could be. I'd like to be quite violent here. Or there was the sense that it might get quite violent. I was actually in Nottingham the day that the Conlon Wood fight was happening. And the Conlon Wood fight was happening in Nottingham. Because Lee Wood is from fucking Nottingham, isn't he? He's a fucking daft donut. You're right, you fucking Irish bloke. I'll fucking knock you out, won't I? You fucking narner. So I'm going to put my fists into your face. And he got knocked down in the first round, and Conlon won the whole fight. And then it was only in like the last seconds with 90 seconds to go that, Lee Wood fucking Hail Mary fucking come from nowhere, didn't it, you fucking daft donut? Fucking right cross, caught him on the face. He fucking flummoxed through the ropes and out on his arse, wasn't he? The fucking narner. But the thing is about squatting for me is that I can't do it because my knees are so utterly shite. I've got such shite knees that I've been to see physios before, and I've gone into the room with the physio, and the physio's looked at my knees and gone, "Is that?" So, and you what? And you're in pain, are you? No, I'm not in pain. I just know that they're shit, and I can't really do things that other people can do. Like, what's the thing that everybody else can do that I don't seem to be able to do? Do you know running with dignity? I can't do that. I can run, but not with dignity. And I just love to add dignity to my running routine. I really would, because right now it looks like sort of like windmills. My shin bones like kind of wheel around kind of externally. It looks mad. It looks like I don't know what I'm doing, and like my hips are going to kind of snap. So what I'd ideally like to be able to do is run with dignity. Like, they stare at my knees in a physio as if to go like, is this a put on? Like, is this real? Is it Arant and Deck in the other room, like laughing to themselves about the fact that they've shown a physio these bonkers knees? What I really like to see is old timers in the gym. I love to see an old timer in the gym, because the psychology would be for me in that situation, I think maybe that it was too late, but they don't think it's too late. They're going for it, and they're lifting these tiny little, like one, using the machines and just lifting 110-kilogram slab off on the wire pulley, just all sort of rickety arms, no kind of tension in the movement. They couldn't give a shit. They're totally happy, and they're going, yeah, I'm doing it. Like, fuck off. I'm old, but I'm doing something. And there's a real spirit to that. And that's how I feel. I feel like one of them. I feel like an honorary member of the people who go to the gym, because they've got the same weight loss goal as me. And I don't think Dorbesh would have been so quizzical about it when they said it. What's your fitness goal? I'm just trying to last a bit longer, please, mate. And like trying to keep walking. That would be great. And I know that I've got shit knees, so I've got to get in early on the self-preservation gym trips. Self-preservation gym trips with me and all the old people. Like, just trying to get our joints sorted so that we can carry on walking for just a few more years. And there is a dignity in that, and an honor that me and these old timers have. And you can keep your fucking training program and your back and biceps and your creatine with all the, whatever it does, makes you bigger. I don't really want to be. I want to be lithe. I want to look like kind of 28-year-old Paul McCartney. I want to have like a working shirt on with a waistcoat over it and be all sort of windswept and beardy and like a fucking genius, and the only one who cares about what's going on because your mate's too strung out on heroin and in love with his, other heroin addict, allegedly girlfriend, to know what the fuck's going on. So I've got it. I'll do Let It Be all by myself, shall I? or Get Back as it was called. Both songs written by Paul, obviously. One of the only ones that John Lennon writes is, words are flowing out like it, well, rain is coming out like endless. Words are flowing out like endless rain into a paper cup. Across the universe, Jai Guru Deva, hum, Paul, John. Hi. What the fuck are you on about? What are you talking about? Words are flowing out like endless rain into a paper cup. They settle as they stay a while. Across the universe, thoughts meander like 1,000. What are you talking about, mate? Oh, I'm just quite happy at the moment, so I'm just recording my thoughts down on this paper, you know. Whereas Paul, professional, adopting Linda Eastman, or Linda McCartney, née Eastman, may she rest in peace, his daughter. And then, later after Linda dies, going on to marry somebody younger, which is fine, I think. I think it's absolutely fine. It's just a very difficult thing to negotiate, your health with your desire to live your own life and have what you'd like your life to be, both in terms of enjoyment and who you are. I'd like to lose enough weight to get rid of the beard, I think. That's another fitness goal of mine. Not to have to contour my face with a beard. I'll leave it here for this podcast. I'm done and I need to get to the gym. I need to get to the gym. So that's what I'll be doing now. Enjoy Cheltenham, enjoy going to the gym, enjoy drinking. Not too much, obviously. Don't go to the gym too much either. It's boring. So, have a great time. I'm experimenting with, trying to put out podcasts a little bit more regularly than perhaps I would have done before. Also, because I'm going to Australia soon, so I will still be putting them out there, but I don't know. Maybe it's just before the baby's born that I'm sticking them out a lot. Just trying to get as many as I can out so that, I don't know. Anyway, if you know anybody that you think would like this, or like this, my streams of consciousness, then please let them know. If you share it on your social medias, I'll love you forever. You're all really kind. Have a great week. Speak to you later. Bye-bye.